When Reg made that surprise return in Season 7, he finally started getting the respect he'd been deserved. And believe me, this man will be the main villain of the Shy now, and I'm sure he will be way more dangerous than anybody we've seen before. In this video, I'm going to talk about how Reg got to this point, who he's a threat to in the Season 7 finale, and who might be in danger in the seasons to come. So make sure you stick around till the end. If you're ready, let's talk about Reg's come up. First, let's take a quick look at how Reg's story started. Back in Season 1, Reg was Trice's right hand. He was loud, ruthless, selfish, and had no real plan. We first saw that cold side of Reg with Brandon. He never let Brandon pay off his debt after losing his gun because he wanted to keep him in his pocket and had him on attacks. While Reg was acting like a street-level gangster, Quentin came back to town and brought us a real villain. Q started by stealing Reg's guns. That got Reg beat down by Trice, but it's also when we saw him try to move smart for the first time. Even though he cornered Q, Sonny helped flip the situation, and Q had Reg right where he wanted him. To stay alive, Reg took Q's offer and killed Trice. That was the only time we saw Reg take somebody out on screen. Even though he leveled up after killing his boss, he had to work under Duda anyway. And I gotta say, that's the first time we saw Reg look weak. He stood up to Q a little, but every time he faced Duda, you could see the fear on him, and it made sense. Duda saw that Reg's loud, flashy attitude was bad for business, so he didn't hesitate. He had his people shoot Reg down right in the street. After that scene, we all thought Reg was dead, but the show never fully closed that door. And like y'all know, in Season 7, Reg came back alive and well. So how's a reckless street dude like Reg gonna turn into the main villain when the show had scary heavy hitters like Duda and Q before? Let me break it down for you. When Reg came back in Season 7, he had nothing. But this time, he looked more focused than ever. Right away, he stepped to Nuck and let him know he wants Mag. Real talk, that scene hit hard, but did Reg take action after that? Not really. Outside of the robbery with Jake, his only real moves were dodging Alicia's shots, accidentally getting Jamal hit, beating Damien in bet and putting him in debt, getting beat up by Emmett and then randomly pulling a gun and shooting him. But after shooting Emmett and getting kicked out by Victor and Jake, something changed in Reg. He started thinking like a real Mag boss. First thing he did was to bring in a real shooter. And I gotta say that shooter Jackie gon' leave bodies this season. Then he gon' find out Hannibal moving behind his back. And what Reg gon' do? Same thing he always do. He gon' threaten him and force him to do a heist. Either Reg gon' take the money and get rid of him, or Hannibal get locked up before he can even bring the cash. Either way, it's a win for Reg. But that still ain't what gon' make Reg the real villain. If you ready, here's the real bomb. Like I said earlier, Reg came at Nuck hard from the start, and by the end of the season, we gonna see why. He gonna take Nuck out for real. Nuck been scared all season after what he's done to Rob, thinking he might be next. So he tries to get Reg locked up. That's gonna be the last mistake he ever makes. Reg and his shooter Jackie gonna end Nuck's whole story, and Reg gonna finally take over Mag like he always wanted, just like he killed Trice and took his spot. But this time, there won't be nobody above him. Reg gon' have full control, and we gon' see him use that power with no limits. At that point, I can say Reg might be the scariest villain we ever seen. You might be wondering how he could be more dangerous than Duda. So let me break it down. Duda never killed people for no reason. If you ain't pose a threat or owed him, he'd keep you around and control you. But Reg, he was not built like that. If you on the other side, he ain't wasting time. Just like he shot Emmett, someone he knew for years and knew wouldn't kill him. He still did it just to stop catching hands. That kind of survival instinct makes Reg a big threat to anyone. Who's to say he won't randomly shoot Alicia in a moment of rage? Or get rid of Bakari just cause he used to roll with Nuck? It might sound reckless, but when you strong enough, using power without holding back can make you even more untouchable. And if Reg really do kill Nuck and take Mag, he gonna have that kind of power. And after that, there won't be nobody left to stop him. Well, maybe just one. It's Trig, the only one who ever kept Duda in check. And it's clear Reg got respect and maybe even fear for his big brother. We've seen little signs, but it don't look like Trig coming back to the streets anytime soon. Then again, maybe Reg turning cold and dragging Jake back into the game is the spark that brings Trig back. What y'all think? Would you watch The Shy with Reg as the main villain? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to see more videos where I break down the past, present, and future of your favorite characters, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out this video right here.